Check, check, 1, 2. This your boy P Flicks, Damian Sanders, OneWestTV, One West Magazine. We out here doing it big at the Western Awareness Conference. We got CEO of Indie Power, you know what I'm saying, and music pioneer, Jay Warsinski, you know what I'm saying. What brings you out today?
You know, always loving to empower artists, producers, labels, creative people with knowledge. Any knowledge I have, I like to mix it up. I like to learn from others. And, these days there's so many misconceptions about the music business, entertainment, how to get on, how to make it. Everybody's looking for a shortcut, but, really, there's no shortcut. You've got to create something of substance. I don't care if it's art or a picture or a song or TV show, concept, whatever it is, you got to have something that really stands out. Nothing's totally original. Everybody's borrowed from everybody else, but you really got to come to the plate with something, that's going to last. We're talking about some of these artists, they're here today and gone later today.
Yeah.
And you're talking about these artists that are developing their roots. They're developing a catalog. They're developing something of substance. And I think that's what's really key. So, an event like this, which I support them all, you're able to learn something, you're able to exchange information, meet some new people, see some great people that we see at all these events.
Yeah.
All the same supporters come out. And, exchange of energy. So we're always looking to give and we're looking to get. And as far as Indie Power goes, we're a one-stop shop. We're promotion, marketing, distribution, advertising, publicity, all of that stuff. And why that's important is because these days it's easy to put your music out, but harder to get those views, harder to get the fans, harder to get the sales. And what we try and do is really bring you all the access you need. So whatever budget, whatever talent you're working with, we can help you maximize that. Spread it out across all the avenues you need to be to get that traction, get that momentum going, get some sales, get some shows, get noticed by the people that need to be hearing and seeing you, and then turn that into something. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Indie Power can give you that strong base. You're the CEO, you're the front man, you're the owner of what you do, but now you have a lot more resources to draw upon.
Okay, now I've asked everyone here today, what do you think about the state of West Coast hip-hop right now?
I think the talent out here is undeniable. I think it's kind of corny when people say, oh, the West is cold or the South is hot. How can you... this is Hollywood. This is Los Angeles. It's always been the hotbed of so much creativity. We're the empire, the entertainment capital of the world. The movies, the TV shows, the technology companies come from here. Of course the music comes from here. Every part of Southern California, 20 million deep, is full of the most amazing talent. So I don't think you should be brought on just because you're from the West Coast, or you're not going to happen because you're from the West Coast. I think, of course what we're talking about now, the legends from the new guys, the Kendricks and Black Hippie and Bone Thugs and Harmony to the Eminems and Dr. Dre's and Snoop Dogg's and DJ Quicks. There's so much talent that it's impossible to hold an empire back like this. So I think it's, like I say, it's corny to talk about the West is cold or it's hot, but I think there's so much talent. And of course, venues like the Staples Center and the Nokia Theater in our background here, this is the home of the Grammys. It's the home of the BET Awards. This is where people come to celebrate the greatness in music and movies and television. We just had the Emmys last week.
Yeah.
We got the Oscars coming up. So the talent is undeniable. What I hate to see is the infighting. Game becomes real big. Oh, fuck Game. Oh, Game isn't this. Man, people are trying to drag each other down. Embrace all these people. Just because Game or E40 or Kendrick is big, they're not taking fans away from you. They're energizing a culture that has so much room for more talent. So I say, don't hate, celebrate. Celebrate all this talent.
Now, speaking to that point right there, it's a movement going on right now with the first generation, the first generation movement. Now, how do you feel about the OGs and how they go about passing the game down to the next cast that's coming up?
It's just like how the West was won, the big show coming up next week, and all this stuff going on. I think it's really about staying relevant. There's no question the legacy and the songs and the great music that the past has made is great. But these artists need to keep, generate new music, and the fans need to keep open, Jail Felony's got more than what you gonna do, and Badass has more than we've been putting it down, and so many of these artists have new music, and I think people should celebrate that. Like, listen with an open mind. Yeah, we know what your hit was, and we know what you're known for, but what else you got? And keep an open mind. It's like I say, it's really hurtful to try to put these people in a box. Like, oh no, you're just an old school artist, or you're a has-been, or you're a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I think people should really listen with an open mind, and if they like something, tell their friends about it, celebrate it, and not keep so close.
Now you speak to another point. Do you think there's an age limit on a hip-hop artist? Because we don't see that with rock and roll. You can pretty much tour to you're 85 years old doing your thing. What is it about hip-hop artists that they seem to have an age limit on it?
I think people are too quick to put an expiration date on something. Like, okay, that was that. What's next? What's next? What's next? And I think Jay-Z's going to prove it. He's going to have a long, long life. Rolling Stones are out here in their 70s. Filling Staples Center and stadiums. I mean, the blues guys. I mean, John Lee Hooker and these guys. They're B.B. King. They're like 80, 90 years old. So I think good music should have an opportunity to rise to the top, and not so worry about like, okay, you had your shot, get out of the way. I think great talent doesn't have an expiration date. So, let them, breathe. But like I was saying just on the panel, E40's doing more business now than he was a few years ago on Warner Brothers. Independently, he's killing them. He's releasing 3 albums on a day, and then a few months later, he's releasing 2 more albums on that day with Too Short. Keeping the legends alive. So I think people should really listen with their ears without their eyes, saying, oh no, that guy's somebody's parent, or that guy's a grandfather. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you like the music, like I said, there's only 2 kinds of music. Music that moves you, and music that doesn't. And if it moves you, who cares if that rapper is 50, 60 years old? Who cares who produced it or what label it's on? Listen with your ears.
Okay.
Not be short-sighted.
Now, last question. LA radio and LA radio DJs.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that LA radio supports its artists the way that it should, or like it has in the past?
I mean, it's really sad. It's really sad. We're not sure about the state of K-Day because the owners want to sell that station, and I don't know if a contingent of Dre and Snoop and Eminem, these guys are going to step forward and buy that station. But it's really sad. When I listen to Power 106 and I know of the legendary Ice Cubes and Cypress Hills and DJ Quicks and the people that really built the foundation of that station, and I'm not hearing them anymore. I'm not hearing them. I'm hearing Kendrick 6 times an hour, which is great for him, but what happened to the forefathers? What happened to the Bone Thugs and Harmony? What happened to the Snoop Dogs? What happened to the Eminems and the people that really formed the foundation of that station? I'm not just picking on Power 106, but they're the big dogs, man.
Yeah.
They where hip hop lives was their title. What happened to where these legends lived? They built that station, and it's sad that we got to go see these artists at a festival or a Crush Groove or something like that.
So
they should be every day.
So you feel like they lost their connection to the streets?
I really did. They're so quick to move on, and they may play a little oldie here and there. And I'm not saying that don't close the door on the new music, but like a rock and roll station, you're gonna hear the new, and you're gonna hear the classics. And I say these artists, they feel really hurt. I know Ice Cube and Be Real and these cats, they feel really hurt, man, that they built that station and they gotta wait for some oldies once a week kind of drop. They're all making new music. Ice Cube's gonna be dropping a new album at the beginning of the year. Cypress Hill's back in with Muggs. They're gonna be coming out with an amazing album. DJ Quick's always making great new music. Where is the support? Power 106, you need to keep that door open to the pillars that built the walls.
And there it is. We'll end it right there. Once again, this is OneWestTV, One West Magazine, CEO of Indie Power, Jay Warsinski, man. He always keeps it real. If you don't know, now you know. Oh
Thank you
boy.
so much. IndiePower.com. We want to help you.
And you do know that.